Namaste Betiya, Hamisha Khush Raho Betiya. Myself, JVM Dr. Ravi Jain, Assistant Professor, Department of Practice of Medicine, and Faculty of Homeopathic Science at Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. In this series of lectures, we have been discussing about the various diseases related to the locomotor system. Today we are going to discuss about another important disease that is affecting not only the locomotor system but also the other organs of the body. That is systemic sclerosis. Systemic sclerosis. Systemic is pertaining to different type of systems and organs, and sclerosis is pertaining to hardness. Now, what is systemic sclerosis? Systemic sclerosis is basically multi-system disorder that is causing thickening of the skin, that is known as scleroderma, and involvement of the multiple internal organs. Multiple internal organs which includes GI system, lungs, hearts and kidney. So we have thickening of the skin, that is scleroderma, and involvement of the multiple internal organs that includes GI system, lungs, heart and kidneys. Incidence of systemic sclerosis. It affects the patients of 4th and 5th decade of life. Male is to female ratio is 1:4. That is, it is more common in the females as compared to males. It is more common in black individuals. The exact pathogenesis is unclear, but it is usually associated with genetic association with the HLA gene. There are various immunological factors which includes lymphocytes. There is increased fibroblast activation, increased production of the fibroblasts in the extracellular matrix with production of type 1 collagen. There is increased symmetrical thickening, tightening and induration of the skin. So the skin becomes thickened, tightened and painful. There is arterial and arteriolar narrowing due to the internal proliferation, intimal proliferation and vessel wall formation. There is also endothelial injury to the blood vessels that causes vasoconstriction and platelet activation, which causes ischemic and exacerbate fibrotic process. So the fibrosis is because of all these processes that are going on. Now, what are the clinical features? In the clinical features, we have cutaneous features, which includes edema followed by fibrosis of the skin. So first of all, we have swelling and then fibrosis of the skin, arthralgias, which causes morning stiffness, and flexor tenosynovitis. In the GI system, it causes esophageal hypomotility, the intestinal hypofunctions, and GADE, GADE. In the lungs, it causes interstitial lung disease, pulmonary arterial hypertension, and alveolitis. In the heart, it produces pericarditis and different type of diseases, which includes cardiomyopathies. In the lungs, it causes hypertension and renal failure. So this disease is affecting different systems at a time, that includes the skin, the joints, the GI system, pulmonary, heart, renal system. Now, different type of systemic sclerosis. There are two types of systemic sclerosis, which include, number one is the diffuse type, diffuse cutaneous, and the second one is the limited cutaneous systemic sclerosis. Diffuse, as the name suggests, diffuse means it involves a lot of features, lot of functions. There is rapid development of the symmetrical thickening of the skin, which involves the proximal and distal extremities of the face and trunk. It is characterized by the increased visceral disease. The second variety is limited cutaneous systemic sclerosis. As the name suggests, limited means a small part is involved. Long-standing Raynaud's phenomenon. It is affecting the fingers, sclerodactyly, and distal to the elbows and the face. Now, pulmonary arterial hypertension is also seen. CREST syndrome. Now, what is CREST syndrome? CREST syndrome is seen in case of systemic sclerosis. This includes calcinosis, Raynaud's phenomenon, esophageal dysmotility, sclerodactyly, and telangiectasias. So this is all included in CREST syndrome. The investigation. What are the various investigations in case of systemic sclerosis? The investigation include increased ESR, increased IgG, positive anti-nuclear antibodies, pulmonary function test, skin biopsy can also be done. Now the treatment. The treatment includes treatment of the symptoms, which includes for the Raynaud's phenomenon, we have to give warm clothing to the patient. Then we can also advise ACE inhibitors, anticholinesterase drugs, and cyclophosphamide. Apart from these, we can prescribe homeopathic medicines based on the symptom severity. So this was all about systemic sclerosis. Have a good day. Thank you.